Hello, welcome back. Last time I finished how to build a room. Does Beethro go to sleep when there's only a seating beacon in the room? He does. So even though it's red, he'll still sleep because there's no monsters around. Alright, so last minute shopping. Let's get this done before going anywhere else. I'm tired of having this unfinished business. It's been more time since I looked at the Caber room, so let's go back there. Alright, so what was it? Let's see, if I don't take the Caber... Let me not make, like, any observations at all, or rather, not try to remember any observations I previously made. Let me go in as clean as I can. Just do some things, like whatever's in front of me. Now, I do recall, though, this peculiar rock golem order thingy. Like that. Okay, so that's convenient. This is clearly for getting that powder keg out, so let's assume that's a thing I want to do. Alright. So I want both of those to pop up. So Goblin is with me. Rock Golems are still there, they're trapped in that spot. Okay, so I have a Goblin. Now, right, okay, so I am remembering that I had a pretty major problem with these two pressure plates. Let's just look at these constraints again. I'm going to... So there's a lot of stuff I'd really like to do this evening, so instead of like spending hours and hours here. So my threshold for giving up and looking at hints might be a bit lower than it usually would be. But, yeah, for this room I'm more okay with it because I know I've done it before. I have an old demo from the previous version of this hold that I will probably be consulting shortly. But let's make one last attempt at this first. So from everything I've ever known, this place is for a goblin. That is its purpose. A goblin is supposed to go up there. So for the moment, until I see another thing that maybe a goblin could do, and in fact, that's the only way to progress, because nothing else opens either these or these, other than if I wanted to break this orb. Which I don't, because that would permanently be on, and I do have to be in here to open this, because that's the only thing that opens that. Okay. So right, without a Caber I cannot detonate this bomb as far as I know. Unless I can step here, then have that pressed, which I can't. I've looked at that before, and it does not happen. Okay. I was never able to use this orb, nor did I ever see a purpose for it other than like putting some other monster in here other than a goblin in some weird way. Feeling like I'm very much repeating stuff that I've done before. So let's work on new problems here. There's no... Since there are Ormites there, I can't stab that in a place that's safe to blow it up. But why are there Ormites there? Why is this force arrow here? This feels like it has a purpose, maybe. Anyway, so eventually I want to get in there. Prerequisites to that. Goblin there. Cool, I can do that right now. Somebody here. Guard is about the only one who could do it, unless I broke this, which I can't, because that would activate that, and there's no having an oblique look at that. That's a north force arrow. Interesting. This tunnel goes nowhere, this tunnel goes nowhere. Okay. So, cracked walls that I can destroy because I have a sword. Same for those. Do not have to drop all trapdoors. That seems important. So, oh right, because of these. That's why that's important. Okay. Golems. This does me good right now, actually, a little bit, because I can... I don't have a purpose for these boys at the moment. I was doing some crazy stuff with them to... Hang on, does this do anything? Not really. But yeah, they are a tool that seems like it could be useful. Hey! It's very possible I could put them in the water here to bridge across. Something. I think I've done this before. Right, I remember doing a dance with these things. I couldn't figure out why these were here. Okay, so to get stuff on these pressure plates, let's just work at this backward just a little bit. Let me get myself into a situation where I can, like, mess with it interactively and think about what it will take for that. So for this Omplic, let's say I put a golem here and here. Slide, slide, land, but nothing particularly good happens. So right, I could put golem corpses there and there and have you land in the appropriate place. So if I could, like, replace you with somebody else down here somehow, say, like, if I took this powder keg in, let's see, if a golem corpse were in the water... Okay, so you would horizontal preference, okay. Ooh, ideas are occurring to me. Oh, cool, I see something. I see something. I totally see something. So all that stuff I was doing not so long ago with, like, Omplic horizontal preference, I feel like that came up a whole lot, has actually given me a new angle to approach this from. So if I were to... Let's put one of these dudes, yeah, one of these dudes goes right over... Oh wait, no, that's no good. No, it's fine. So let's see, if I'm doing that, I don't even need a powder keg here. Okay, so I'm thinking, if I can be... Let's see, what opens these? Oh. No, no, no. I'm still thinking about opening them from being over here, but I can't do that because these are what open them. Okay, what are my reflective surfaces? Beethro's sword, Guard's sword. Those are the only ones. What I had been trying to do was, like, I'd put a golem here, and one up there, or like a powder keg or something, and have Omplic... I'd be on this end of the tunnel, Omplic would horizontal preference and slide into place and land on these. Problem is, I'm not opening those simultaneously from in here. Could I do a thing where maybe I would park a live golem here, and another one here? That would be hard to set up simultaneously, but might be possible. Yeah, I could probably do that. I can think of ways. If I did both of those things at the same time, then when I come over here, they'd step on those and simultaneously release the Omplic. I'd take the tunnel, end up over there. Let's see, then those plates would go away, the golems would die on the hot tiles, and I would have a situation set up where maybe, as Omplic slid into place, they could look at a guard's sword and I could make that part still work. Okay. Well, at least I have a thing to try. I feel like it's too early to do this, so let's not yet. Let's go back to a time before I did that. Yeah, okay, so these guys, just find a convenient place to be. Don't do that. So guard setup. For all of this, oh yeah, so guard is released with that. Okay, that's fine. For now, let me just move this out of the way. I'll worry about that later. Well, okay. This is not the most unreasonable thing. Still not using this orb. Still don't understand it, but let's not worry about it yet. Okay, so golems. I'd like just one of you down here. The other one can hang out maybe up here or so. That looks like a good place for you. You do that, I do this, sure, whatever. Sure, whatever. So I wanted you alive over there. That's going to be hard to do. It'll be easier to do in the north, so let me leave you alone for now and deal with North Boy here. Maybe that's what these are for. Okay, so let's put you first there, and then where? That's not quite what I want. Nope, that's not at all what I want. I can work with it though, watch. You know what, that's fine. I can get you back. If I put you on the ore mites there, that's a fine retrieval spot for this. Like so. So I'm going to put you here. Oh wait, right, yeah, the other one's easier to do that with. I can't escape you like this. So maybe that's what the powder keg is for, but the powder keg won't help me. So maybe... okay, right, so I'd need them alive for this to work, the way I'm thinking. Yeah, that doesn't work. So what's a way I can get you down in this area, then I can get all the way around you and survive? I might not have one. That might be the impossibility here. Those were useful for that. Powder keg can't make it because I can't put it here, then push it through, and it would get eaten by the water here. And it doesn't move, so it won't help me with what I want to do. Okay. So am I sure this is something I cannot execute? No. There's one other possibility here. Well, that would involve stepping there, which I don't want to do. No, I don't think... no, I can't be on the west side of this and guide you up there and down through there. That won't... and you would step on that anyway. Okay. So right, this is open space. While there are lots of ways to get around a rock golem, this particular type of terrain just is not friendly to doing that the way that I wish to. Because this is about the best I can do. Shallow water reorients me, and these are not any kind of shelter at all. Well, what if I did something like super duper tricky? This is going into territory that I'm like 90% sure is not intended way of doing stuff, but I don't know what is, so this is where we are. Oh, how unfortunate. Let's move you to a safer place then. That place is fine. You pull up. Oh, that's not at all what I wanted. Right, I have just enough space to get through there. And then this. And then what was my plan here? I wanted to put this in a place where it could be an obstacle. Okay, I'm not so sure this is, like, super unintended. Let's see, if there, then... okay, that's semi-plausible. It's more plausible if it's there. Okay, so let's see about this. So I would want you to go south 1, then I make it over... no, I wouldn't want you to go south 1. That would not help me. Okay, so you'd need to be one more south. Okay. This doesn't work the way I want it to, does it? I'm not sure yet. Becoming surer. So... if I've parked you there, and I wanna face north. No, okay, so you'd have to be on the north side of this. Okay, that's interesting. Is it? Yeah, I just don't think this works quite the way I want. But maybe I'm wrong. Let's find out. Okay. So with you there, I'll do that. I'll go over here. None of that helps me at all, and no, I still cannot get around you and get you stalled on that. The way to do that would be different. Too far north. This is really going nowhere, isn't it? Could this be something? Maybe this could be something. This could be something. I think I have something. Okay, so you're one more north, so therefore, right, it doesn't matter where I do this from. It just has to be done like that. There we go. Okay, I made it happen. Cool. Alright, so then to prime you, I would just go there. Okay. Okay. Then to prime you, I would just do this. Okay. This looks like something. It has the appearance of something. I probably wanted to do something different with this keg first, but what if I do this? I've caused different things to happen with the Omplic relative to each other. Maybe if I wait one. Okay, they synchronized. Things are happening. Okay, so I definitely have a problem here. Why are you oh, wait, these are different? Whoa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I learned something. That's kinda semi-close to what I want. So if I could have set that up... Okay, guard is moving because these are currently open. I might have something going, though, here. Like, this is showing promise. It's just like one step short of actual victory because you're being a problem. Okay, so, Goblin would be fine if I could have had you land here and get... well, no, you wouldn't be fine because the guard would move. I can't move this anymore. Okay, this feels like a dead end. That could have worked, though, if I had as much space up here as down here, I think. I'm probably wrong. Yeah, because of the fact that I'd have to move the goblin after having done this. Is that true? I think so. Well, no, what if I just use the tunnel? Goblin moves right away. So it's like that's what this orb is for, but as I've seen before, this orb is unusable. There's nothing I can do about that at all. Barring some kind of black magic with the goblin here. But, like, I've made something that looks remarkably like progress. It's just I'm short a tool here. It's so close though. I got one of them. So right, two problems here really. Problem number one, these doors are now open. The goblin is there and I can't move him without the guard sidestepping. However, how close could I come to solving that problem if I had pre-dropped these? Probably not close enough. If I could do something with... No, I can only use this one powder keg to discourage the guard from stuff. I can't cross this column anymore without springing the trap that I've set. And I still have the other problem that you don't slide into place. So this is the resource that looks like it might be underutilized here. Maybe. Okay. So if I were to... is there any possibility of getting that back after I've done something with this golem? I doubt it. That seems really unlikely. Because the whole point of this was to do that and... Yeah, no, this is a very fragile setup. However... Now, hold on. What if... What if I move that south a couple? You're far enough north to do this. Because this was... It's not the most specific thing. Okay, now hang on. So now I've created a situation where I can actually get that guy on there. He'll come off, though, if I go down for this keg. So that doesn't help me get it back. It makes this a bit more stable, though, so now I can cross this column and do some work here. Okay, so I can at least preview what would happen if I drop these trapdoors and move this keg around, like there-ish. Okay. So... that really does me no good. It's just no way to make it happen. I feel like it's there for a reason, though, but it's non-functional. All of my analysis says it's impossible to use this orb for anything good. Is my analysis wrong, or is this just a superfluous element in the room, I wonder? If I had to guess, I'd say it's the first, but... boy, heck if I can find a flaw in my analysis. Right, so, yeah, because I'd love to do this, and then use this orb now. That would be the ideal time for it. But as soon as I get anywhere vaguely close to it, Goblin Face leaves his cage, and is all the way in here by the time I can use that. Guard is not coming out of there unless this shatters. And again, I can't have the Ontlik look at this. Hold on, but maybe with a powder keg bridge that would become possible. Then I'd have to, like, reinsert you somewhere, and it'd be a whole thing. So, anyway. So, again, let's just look at this. I spring the trap. I open the guard. I do this. I step here. I'm unbrained. Golems die. Guard finds his way to me. I did this wrong with the Ontlik. I have to wait one there, so that they both turn at the same time like that. This is the closest I've had it to actually working, but hang on, so let's look at the goblin problem. The goblin problem says that the guard comes off of that, looks over there, and... yeah, this would have to have been, like, inserted there or something, which I can't even do. So, like, I'd have to have one of these golem corpses there or something. That's the closest I've had it. Admittedly, it's not very close. Because, yeah, I really do still have the goblin problem here. Because this bomb is still unexploded. So I gotta come up with a way to smash that. Strike that. Well, I got closer. Okay, you know what? I've just crossed my threshold. I'm gonna do this. I am not going to spend another day on that same room. So. 2 or 3 years ago, Alex, whenever the heck this was, tell me how this worked. Where am I? Which one am I? Who am I? This is me. Okay, so this is the sword. Alright. Let's watch this slowly. As soon as I do something different from what I expect, let me see if I, like, get anything tickling my memory. Shut up, Bethro! Why can't I clear your entire text queue there? So my first action is to break those. For some reason, I'm very eager to break those. This changed. Okay, this is not the same room. There's no orb there, so I will not learn the mystery of that. This geometry changed slightly. That got, like, wider. Yeah, that widened all the way out to here. There are 2 more wall tiles in the new one. The fire trap moved. A lot of things changed. So this might not even be applicable. Well, let's see if it gives me any new ideas. So move order that in there. That's gone. Or rather, it was added, but not at this time. So I'm not allowed to have the powder keg out here in this version. Okay, well, maybe I feel one tiny bit better about my... There's a hot tile there now, weird. About myself in this situation. Because this means that I haven't just been stumped on a puzzle that I had already solved years ago. I've stumped on an entirely new puzzle. Same with the southeast room down here. Okay, so that's slightly less bad, I guess. So I'm doing that clearly to block guard pathfinding. That's familiar. How are you going to deal with these pressure plates without rot golem tools? Like if I can... Oh, and this layout's different and weird. What the heck? This room changed a huge amount. I put the powder keg on that. Oh! That's a cool idea. Just never mind the guard, get the powder keg on it instead. Okay. That's the start of something, maybe. The guard is there, so he'll avoid the orb on his way back. Somehow. Something. So Goblin sits there. Yes, you break those. Goblin moves. How are you going to access that tunnel? You're not. What the heck is your plan here? That oblic's not going to stay. Oh, he comes all the way out. Okay. Whoa. Ah, well, okay, sure. This was a pressure plate and not an orb, so I could get away with having somebody who's not Bethro do this. Cool! This looks like a great, awesome solution. I'd love to be playing this room. This is really neat. And it makes me sad because I'm not allowed to be doing this. I have to do something that's much more impossible. Oh, and then a purpose for that fire trap, to kill him when he's done. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, well, no, hang on. This still gives me ideas. What if guard instead of Altblick? So yeah, just reverse the roles. Have guard go in there. And hit the orb. Let's skip past that dialogue. So fine. That was not a solution. That was a way to generate some new ideas. So if I wanted the guard to go in there, this orb would have to go away, which is doable. Without even making it... Oh, well, that'll make it hard to... Well, it's hard to kill a guard with a fire trap anyway. Instead, I'll just try and extract him, which I think I can probably do. Okay. So... yeah, never mind any of that. Just restart all the way. All the way. All the way. See, I press space once and BTHROD shuts up forever. If I press space on the demo, he'll start talking again a few steps later. I wonder why. Like, I know how speech is scripted, and my understanding of that does not match BTHROD continuing to talk later. I guess something about the way the demos are recorded, like... I don't know, doesn't matter. Anyway, so, if I wanted the guard to stab this... That sounds cool. That would mean getting him out here, navigating him past all this while he's unbrained is probably doable. Perhaps using the tunnel. Okay, so then my main quest right at this particular moment is to have this Ontlik look at this orb. So that means first getting the goblin out, of course. And using these classic arrangements that I'm so familiar with. Could do them in my sleep now. Could mess them up in my sleep, just like I do when I'm awake. Goblin comes up here. And goes to that spot. These guys. Do you have a job? I will need... I don't need them for anything yet. I just have business with an Ontlik friend up here. So you, come with me. Exit that. Don't die, but do find a way to stand still on the tile just past the hot one. How will I encourage you to do that? That's a start. There, that's a finish. Okay, great. So you have cracked that orb, thanks. You're not coming back in there, but for this solution, that doesn't matter. I think I can just kill you now. Let's do it. Alright. So that allows me to get the guard out here, which opens up a lot of possibilities, including possibly hitting this orb, but... having a guard hit that orb might not be so impossible, but like, no. Having a guard hit that orb while BTHROD is all the way over here still looks impossible to me. Maybe it's not, but it still looks like it to me. So let's not worry about that part. Just leave the orb alone. For now, guard, come to me. Ouch. Through here. Goblin, transfer to there. Rot golems, just shoo, be dead. I need to work with my friend the guard right here. Goblin, please move. You didn't move fast enough. It's fine. I can make the guard hold still. There we go. So now I'm going to be here on this tunnel. Probably wanted to kill one of you here. So to make this happen... Now the goblin is going to have to be there. Yeah, there's a problem here. That guard is not in a place where he can get through there. Well, let's start with this. Maybe... maybe I can still salvage this. Goblin, no. So if my guard is over... I probably should have killed those golems in a better place, but you know what? That's where I killed them. That's just what happened. Let's see, I would want... something different from what's happening here. What's happening here is non-ideal. I want you to step the other way, but you won't because of your sword. Okay, so... This is almost what I want. I'm trying to position you a little bit differently, though. Might need some rock golem assistance from that. Okay, so let's position the rock golems more intelligently. Gonna kill one, actually right kind of where he is. Well... Or I would if the guard would allow me to, but he won't. Doing some silly stuff here. It's super unnecessary. It's not even gonna work. Okay, so let's pre-kill those before getting the guard. Guard, you stay there. Okay. Golem. So the positions I'd want... Once again, this feels like I'm going pretty deep into unofficial territory. Not really happy about that, but what choice do I have? Basically none. There isn't a hints and solutions thread for this. My choice is to go onto CaravelNet, hope that somebody is active who knows how to solve this room. No, wait, it was the other room I looked for. There might be a hints and solutions thread for this that actually has answers filled out. Golems, you're just being the worst thing. Come here, stay there. One at a time. So for some reason I wanted one there. Is that a good idea? I don't know. The other one I really wanted right here. Yes. So let's just put it there. And assume that I had a good plan. I don't know if I did, but let's assume. Sure. So now, guard will come with me. I can't move the goblin yet. He would just move himself back. Haven't dealt with this conflict yet, but I don't need to yet. With my current plan. Yes, that goes there. That's fine. You come here. That's great. You go there. That's... What happened to this? Did I somehow... Oh! Whoa! 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 Dude! This toggles that door. Cool. That changes a huge amount of things. Okay. So somehow I missed that observation. That seems important. I just never clicked this door. I only clicked the orb and looked at it. Okay. New information has entered my mind. This toggles this. Neat. Okay. Cool. So this is to retrieve the goblin after he's been locked in there. Still could not be Beethrow who steps on this, because if you're, again, and if you're anywhere within, like, this zone of the room, like that entire diagonal, the goblin will come out of there. So it'd have to be a guard, or an ontlik, or a golem, or something else. Well, no, there is nothing else. One of those things. Anyway, but not worried about that yet. Yeah, so this explains my confusion earlier at, like, did I hit that orb? Why was that closed? It's kind of amazing that I went this long before finding a way to realize that. It's just focused on, like, lots of other parts of the puzzle. Here we go. This is what I want. I want you there, and I want to do this. Okay. Hey, why have you done that? What? How have... Oh, there's still a path to me. Okay. And I can't change that this way. Not with this still there. Okay, so I would have to have that set up without the keg being on that plate. Instead, it would have to be here. Which will be a little bit of a task to set up with the guard, how he is, but it's doable. That's about right. Sure, that's about right. Okay. Let me avoid using any of my tools that I don't have to use yet. Oh yeah, this is fine. Okay, so guard comes to me. I'm gonna blow myself up. Then after I've done that, block off this path. Cool. So goblin, come on out of here. Yes, I'm not yet using my new knowledge that I gained about this door. I'm going to follow this line of thought to its logical conclusion first. So the conclusion was, I had a way to cause the guard to step right there, just like that. Here we go. So you will obediently hold still. I'm going to do this and you move in there. Neat. That looks like the start of something. So Goblin has... Why is this changed? Oh, fascinating. That's really inconvenient. Yeah, that sure is inconvenient. So you're gonna lock me out of there now. How rude. I have to be in there to toggle this. And that. So at this point maybe I need to move this Omplic in there. Wasn't that like super hard to do? But possible with some Golem assistance, but I have them both allocated to these things already. Okay, well, now hold on. So there's this whole situation. Thing is, I need an assistant who is not me to step on this in order to lock the Goblin in there. So Beathro would have to be out here while something else steps on that. So the Goblin would get locked. I don't know that it could be the guard, but maybe it could be the guard. Or maybe I could do something different to like toggle the state of those. Again, somehow. So I did that. That toggled the state of those. Guard will actually come all the way over there, but I didn't get where I was going in time. He was too fast. Okay, let's try this. This is wrong, but maybe it'll lead where I need it to lead. Okay, so guard has his little corner there. This will at least let me lock in the Goblin. Am I sure this is wrong? I'm not sure yet. Okay, so I locked in the Goblin. You toggled that. And so this is back in its state, in this state, with the guard out. That's cool. So then I open this path back up and I won't be able to reclose it. Yeah, I won't be able to reclose that after I open it back up. So I would need to avoid dropping this, which I think I can't if I want to push that over there. Fascinating. Okay, so this is guarded against. The room is specifically set up to prevent me from doing this. That's doing nothing. That doesn't need to be there. I should remove that Golem Well, it depends. In this state, he's unbrained when these doors are open. Without this here, he'll still be unbrained when the doors are closed. So... does this lead anywhere? Let's say I could do all this. I get the guard in there. I'm able to man all of these plates myself. Those two in particular. Let's see, I would have to step here, toggling the state of these again, which might be a problem. But at that point, maybe I'd have the Goblin locked in here, but at that point, then these would be closed. But then I could just reopen it with this, so maybe? I don't know, that has some potential. Okay, well, the Goblin's locked in there. Wait, that's a toggle. Oh, that's a toggle. That's a toggle. So something has to stay there to keep this down. Well, that's harder. Okay. Well, since you didn't have a purpose, why doesn't that become your mission in life? You'll sit here. You'll have to be alive for that, and it's going to be kind of a pain to get you in here, isn't it? I don't know if I even can. Let's find out. Also, I can probably find a way to not have to use this in this particular spot. I'll bet I can convince a guard. In fact, yeah, this has no purpose at all, right? Okay, so I could totally move this, because if I'm facing north here, and guard's here facing south, he'll sidestep over there, and then I could step here, he'd turn this way, then I'd step here and he'd turn this way. Well, no, I'd step here, he'd turn this way, and I'd still be able to go through the tunnel, and this would still work. Okay, yeah, I don't need this. Okay. So I can have up to one more rock golem available to me for what I want to do here. Okay, so it's not too hard to get him in there. Kind of wanted him alive, which is going to make this so much harder. In so many ways. Ugh. Okay, so let's say I did this. Oh. Alright, plan carefully. There we go. I executed my plan. He's there. He's alive. I haven't moved this keg. Should I have... Maybe? I mean, the guard's coming for me at this point. Yes, so I should have already moved that keg. So you stay there for now. I'll get this in place, ready to go. The best I can do is there. So now I can totally move you in here. Maybe get you stalled in a place where I can, like, get around you and do some more of my own business. Like, say, like that. That's a start. Ugh, it's not good enough, though. Well, let's redo it. Ah! Not yet. Too early. Well, that's helped nothing. I can't have dropped this. I could have dropped this. Once again, feels very strongly like I'm in unofficial territory here, but you know what? This is where I am. I should probably be more... Well, I mean, I am more closely investigating this. I'm trying to use this mechanism, so this is how I do this part of this puzzle. Maybe I am doing it wrong, but this is how I do this part of this puzzle. So, next step. Get him to a place where I can... Oh, what place would that be? Well, I mean, let's try this. Yeah, okay. With you there, I can have the gobble... Can I? Can I have the gobble? Don't think I can have the gobble. Well, this is just turning into the most awkward thing, but... What if I do that? You'll there's a hot tile there, are you serious? Okay, fine. What if I do this? Or no, just that would be enough. This is ridiculous. Okay, there. I can finally move the goblin. Goblin's there. And the golem's not in a place where he can... can he? No. No, I can't get in here with this. So that doesn't work. Yeah, he needs to be in a place where I can retrieve him and put him on that Okay, well, let's flip vertically then. In order to flip vertically... Ah! That hasn't done anything at all. Spending some trapdoors, it's fine. Don't worry about it. There, Goblin moves. Golem steps. There we go, Goblin's locked in. Golem's sitting there. As long as I don't step any further south of where I am, I'm okay. The guard's not with me, though. And I can't retrieve him. Yeah, he's irretrievable at the moment. Doing that lets the goblin back out. I mean, I could let the goblin back out like this. Actually, that might be worth something. So now the guard's with me. Or he will be in a moment when he... Okay, right, so sure, he made a path there. He's doing that. Well, I'd have to just discard this. Maybe that's okay. Let's find out. There is no way I'm on the right track. I'm just hoping that maybe I'm on a track that will lead me to some janky, weird, unintended solution that'll still somehow work. I locked the goblin in. That's actually kind of maybe good. Guard has a path to me. Okay, so... So with that there, that allows me to face my sword another way. This is the way I want. I can do this. I can have not really time to do that. And you're stuck in there like that. And that releases the goblin, of course. Yeah, so I can't have him locked in here while I'm doing operations on this, because it toggles it. Great! Well, there goes that plan. Again, without Ormites, there's no way I can trick the guard into stabbing this bomb. He's smart enough not to do that unless he gets disarmed. So that bomb's staying there. What is this room? It was so simple and easy and fun on this route. Every other room in this entry, other than, you know, this one. What even was this? Oh yeah, ugh, let's not look at that. I'll have to. So here's a tool I haven't used yet. Free powder keg, how could it help me? I don't know. Maybe another thing. No, I can't shove it in there. I can't, in general, just get a powder keg from this portion of the room into this portion of the room. Farthest I could put it is here or here. It can't go west of that. So this whole plan of having a guard come in here and strike this orb, I think is probably kaput. This is because it would involve... Well, no it's not. No, hang on. So the problem with what I'm doing right at this very second is that he steps there. If he had not stepped there, if he'd stayed right where he was, which I can arrange. I did an extra sword turn. I can arrange for him to stay there. I want to face my sword this way. Okay, so I'm not going to waste any turns. You do that, you do that, you do that. No, you still step. I'm 2 turns off, not just 1. Can I change that somehow? unlikely. If I'd had a powder keg there and I shoved it into this spot, he would just step down here. If I'd had a powder keg out here and I blocked this with it, I can't. I've already looked at that, I cannot do that. It's not available to me. Because this cannot move into a place that blocks two spots at once. Could I do it with the golem? Not really. No, because I needed him for locking up the goblin or something? Yeah, I needed him for locking up the goblin. The point of this was so that he could step off of there, which I didn't really observe happening, but he stepped off of there and the goblin is now locked in that. So what about other ways of moving this guard around? I think I see one. I want you in a different spot. More like that. I'm gonna step here. I'm gonna bring you there. Now let's make a journey like this. That's better. Step that way, then I do this. Okay, I did it. I'm not locked in here. I can escape, and I can get back in. I have free passage through there, and the goblin is going to open this up. Hey, wait, this might be a solution. This looks kinda semi-promising. Cool. 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 Cool, cool. Assuming I can kill all the monsters, this just might end up working. Okay. So then, I get you as far out of here as you can come. Hey. Well, isn't that something? I think I did it. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. I did it. Alright, that caber's preserved in perfect condition. I hope I can figure out how to make a festive holiday log in time. Nah, on second thought, Bombus can handle that part himself. I mean, it's not like he spends any time clearing dungeons. I did it! That was one of the hardest rooms I've ever played. Not the hardest, but you know, probably in the top 20, I'd say. Probably not top 10, but probably top 20. Let's say top 20 hardest rooms. Alright, so somebody else, show me a solution to this. That cannot be the one. Hey, look, author of this room, show me a solution to this. This is with caber. Okay, so somebody who doesn't do it with caber. This is with caber. With caber. With caber. With caber. With caber. Nobody's non-caber solution saves. Okay, so as far as I can see, this is the official way to do that room without a caber. Please inform me otherwise, author of this room or anyone else who has played it, because I am sure that was not the way. Like, that was just way too much more complicated and fiddly than anything that exists in the rest of this level, unless this is as hard as I am making it out to be. Okay, well, cool. Technically I did do that, on my own, without hints, other than my old demo, which doesn't really count, because I solved this room a different way when it had a different layout. Okay. I don't feel particularly great about this, but you know what, it's done, and I do feel a small sense of relief. I feel the smallest sense of accomplishment. What's with all the Slayer quotes lately? From doing that. Alright, so I can't take the stairs or else this secret will close off to me. That sure would be terrible, wouldn't it? I wouldn't have the opportunity to go there. Alright, so sadly I do still have to return to this room, so that'll be next time. Okay, I'll see you then.